Good evening. Welcome, welcome. A big hello to all you wisdom walkers out there. This is Jojopah, Maria, and Saroma. And I am here to give you some wisdom walk to self-mastery for your astrological self. I got a lot to share, It's overwhelming to me. So I told myself, just chill, just slow it down, take your time. There's no need to rush so that I can get this out to you and keep myself grounded in the process because, oh my God, this energy, it's really, really pretty powerful. Yeah. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, we have 8 days, 8 consecutive days in a row of astrological aspects and occurrences happening. And it started on the 15th. So right now we're kind of in the middle of it, but it goes until Monday. So from one Monday to the next, we are going through some pretty powerful planetary and cosmic shifts. And I know I'm feeling it. And I'm sure those of you out there who are empathic and awake, you're feeling it too. And my advice, my my suggestions is, and I had to write them down. That's how my mind is not working today. But first of all, slow down. Nurture yourself. Nurture yourself. For me right now, my nurturing is baseball. You see Shohei Ohtani's shirt sitting in the background there. Yeah, I'm a fan of the Angels because of him, and also they're a good team. Yeah, I love my Mets too. But yeah, do what it is that really helps you just really be present and into a vibe that you feel good, you feel good. Yeah, nurture yourself however you need to do that. Also, let go of attachment. Yeah, meaning that if something doesn't turn out the way you thought, if there's a hiccup along this path of what you're doing, what you're trying to produce or get out there, or the work you're doing, like one thing was said and then all of a sudden things get shifted up. Yeah. um Perceive that as an opening to something new and something more wanting to come in. Yeah. Yeah, it's like the universe is kind of pulling you back from what you thought and how you thought it would be. And so don't resist that, just go along with it. Yeah, be mad for a minute. Like this morning I was really mad with some adversity that showed up. But then I thought about it, took my breath, and I said, "Oh, it's okay. Okay, let me get curious. Let me see what the universe has." And then the other thing is don't take you, yourself, or anyone or anything too seriously. Yeah. And basically what that means is there's always something more that we know, that we get to know. And trust that, trust that. Really, really trust that. Yeah. So that's my opening wisdom for you. And without further ado, I am going to take you into our astrology for the rest of May. So here's some quotes to share with you. The first one I did before, because I think it's really important that we stay awake and aware to the fact that Pluto is in Aquarius and it's retrograde right now. And as it says here by Jamie Partridge, that's a time for reflection about power and control issues in your life. If people have controlled or manipulated you, then now is the time to let them go. It is time to let go if you have been too controlling of others or situations. This is not a time for power tripping but a time for elimination. Faded events and repeating themes will reinforce which of your controlling habits, compulsions, addictions, or prejudices must be eliminated. Yeah. And all of the aspects that I'm going to share with you for the rest of this month really are kind of supporting this theme. Yeah. And then Astro Butterfly, who I love, says May 2023 is one of the most important months of the year. We have a lunar eclipse, Jupiter changes signs and moves into Taurus, a powerful Jupiter-Pluto square, Mercury goes direct, and more. In May, we have a record of planets in the sign of Taurus, and I'll talk about that. May 2023 is a time to embrace the bull inside each one of us and make friends with this steady, resourceful, and productive energy. Yeah. Yeah, it is really a very productive energy. Yeah. So, I'll talk to you more about the bull when we talk about this new moon tomorrow. So, just a reminder that yeah, Pluto is in retrograde and it's a time to release that control drama, whether it was being done to you or you were doing it to somebody else, because we're ready now. We're ready to move forward. So let's take a look at Monday the 15th, and here's what we had. We had Mercury having been retrograde in Taurus, and I just brought this up to remind you that this was about us finally getting ready for what is coming in the next 3 months. And so on the 15th, Mercury went direct. Yeah. And I talked about this in the video that I dropped for the 16th about Jupiter going into Taurus. But just as a reminder, this is grounded forward movement because it's in Taurus. And as it says here, that we've got a taste of Mercury and Taurus's thoroughness and slow living. Slow living, yeah. And also, again, we now have, a plan, we have an understanding, we have a clarity for what we need to be doing going forward over these next 3 months. And it doesn't have to be changed or revised. Like, you can trust that this is my truth. This is what I need to be doing. And that's really important. Absolutely. So, also on that same day, we had this aspect of Mars now in Cancer, trining, which is a flow energy, Neptune in Pisces. And it says release materialism and really your attachment to it, as this mystical aspect allows us all to embrace our spiritual side. A great day for divination, spiritual practices, and connecting with overall universal vibe and your higher power. Receive divine guidance. And this is such an important thing and reminder for all of us as we're moving more deeply into this age of Aquarius, where we go from me to we. Yeah, like, we really do have to open ourselves up to the fact that as humans, we don't know everything. There's more going on than what our little human brains can imagine. Also, the reason we want to just stay conscious of not being attached to materialism. I mean, yes, we need it. Like, I need food, I need a bed, I need my car, but I don't want to be attached to that. I don't want to have that becoming the reason why I wake up in the morning. Because why? It doesn't last. Everything I just said to you, will go rotten or break down or dissipate. And so, what this is talking about is that it's important that we really open ourselves up to that which is eternal, because there's a huge part of us that is that. Yeah. So, beautiful energy that came in on Monday. Now let's move to Tuesday, the 16th. And as I said, we've got some consecutive aspects day after day until next Monday. And this was about the Jupiter in Taurus. So, again, to remind you, it's a year-long process. Now, I did do a special video on this. You can find that on the channel. And it goes a little more deeply into what this all means. But again, this is the most positive astrological transit of 2023. It's a huge groundbreaker and an opening energy to help us heal and grow beyond what we thought. Yeah. Really cool. And again, this is what it feels like. This is my collage of what Jupiter transiting into Taurus for a whole year is feels like. Yeah, got it going on. Time for it. Time for it to begin. And so the adventure begins, and we're being asked to go through new doorways, new pathways, and to really, really get what we're really here on this earth plane for. Absolutely. Now, Wednesday, May 17th, we had this aspect. So as soon as Jupiter went into Taurus, it squared up with Pluto in Aquarius. And as it says here, Jupiter's ingress into Taurus starts with a bang. A square is a tense aspect that initiates change. This aspect can challenge us to look deeply at our values, goals, and beliefs, and to question whether they are a reflection of our highest truth. This is not a little thing, y'all. This is not a little thing, because that Jupiter into Taurus energy, that expanding, basically our ability to believe that we can be here and be in alignment with our higher purpose, that we can really, really transcend what I call the lower timeline and really have the higher timeline of who and what we are be what is pulling us through the lower timeline experiences. Yeah. And what this square is about, and square, it's a tight energy, it's not a flow energy, but it's to get our attention. And Pluto is all about pulling the covers off, pulling the covers off. So this energy is about really taking a moment or two to look at your values, your goals, and your beliefs. Are they reflecting your highest truth? Are they reflecting what you say when you want to impress somebody about what kind of a human being you are? Like, what is going on? And it's really important to get that clear, to get cleaned out where there is no alignment, because that Jupiter energy in Taurus is going to be here for a whole year. And so yes, it promises, abundance, comfort, nurturing, groundedness, material wealth that is required for us to be on purpose. But if you're not letting go, if you're not opening up to becoming conscious of how you're misaligned, yeah, yeah. That's part of what I was angry about this morning. Yeah, I had to look at it. I had to look at something to say, is this really in alignment with what I'm saying and doing and what I say I want to do? What's going on here? So welcome that, and put the time and energy into that contemplative process, because it will help you. It will help you navigating forward into the summer. You need to really want to be in alignment. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right. So let's go on to today, which is Thursday, the 18th, and let's take a look at what's going on here. We've got Mercury in Taurus sextiling Saturn in Pisces. Now that we're finally out of Mercury retrograde, this flow aspect brings energy that can support us with making the best decisions in business, finances, and our dreams. Be logical and keep a clear head today. So, wow, what a wonderful, wonderful flow energy that is shown up for us. Because, again, if we're taking care of, let me discern between what's in alignment and what's not, this energy is supporting us to make good decisions off of that. And it's so important. I can't tell you. I can't tell you, folks. So important. Now, tomorrow, Friday the 19th, this is when we have our new moon in Taurus. And as it says here, the goal during this time is to nurture comfort, ease, security, and the release of tension. Yeah. This moon is both energizing and contemplative. Tension is caused by the discomfort of growth, change, and evolution, pushing up against a great need for a break, a pause, and some physical comfort and security. And that first sentence, I know when I was cutting and pasting, I took something out because it's not making sense to me. So let me see. The goal during this time is to probably nurture yourself, get comfort, ease, security, and the release of tension. Yeah. Still a couple of words left out, but you get the general idea. So tomorrow it's about chilling out. It's about let's slow down. Let's just, really take care of ourselves. Another really big theme with Taurus, and we're still in Taurus season, is that whole piece about valuing ourselves. And again, being in alignment with what we value about ourselves, is what that other message was about. But this new moon is really pretty powerful in that, it's a time for us to, of course, begin something new, because that's what new moons are about, open up to some new opportunities, but to do it from a place of, I want to be nurtured, or I want to nurture myself. I want to be comfortable. I want things to be easy and effortless. Yeah. I want to feel safe. And I want to feel, I want to feel good. Yeah. And that's really important because, in this culture, when we take on doing work, we, think it's got to be really hard and we got to push and we got to drain ourselves and we got to get hypertension and a liver that's dying because we ain't taking care of ourselves, or we eating the wrong things at midnight, whatever. And what I love, love, love about this aspect is that it's saying to us, no, no, take care of yourself. You're not a machine. And you can have all of these things that you desire. You can have all of these outcomes, but you can do it by slowing down. Where's my notes? Nurturing, letting go of attachment. This is what this message is really about. This is what this new moon is about. Yeah. So, yeah, it's really important that you remember this. If you really want to be successful in whatever you're doing, school, work, home, relationships, you have got to slow down. This is not a baseball game. Now, I shouldn't even say that because, see, baseball is slowed down. Like, it take a minute at that plate to try to hit that ball, or for the pitcher to try to get that ball exactly over the parts of the plate he need to get it for a strikeout. So baseball is like that. It's focused, it's concentrated, it's complex, but still, it's a game of competition. And this message is about just slow down, just be comfortable, take your time. Absolutely. Hey, Queen Samaya. Yes, my priority to be comfort and ease and nurture me first. Absolutely. Absolutely, yeah. And so I'm already feeling that today, Samaya. I'm already feeling that today. Like, I just canceled out a couple of things because I'm just like, no, I'm not feeling it. I need to take care of myself and watch my baseball game. Again, whatever works, folks. Now, let me tell you something else that's going on with this new moon and with this particular time period, which is what we call a stellium. Now, a stellium is a cluster of three or more planets and heavenly bodies in the same sign or same part of the sky. And this astrological phenomena packs a powerful punch when it comes to the energies and influences they bring to your life. So, Taurus stelliums are rare. They are very rare, but we in one right now. We are in one right now. So here are the heavenly bodies you can see that right now are involved in this cluster, the stellium in Taurus. We've got the sun, we've got the moon, we've got Uranus, the timekeeper, right? Mercury, the communicator, the messenger. Jupiter, the expander, the one that wants us to get connected to our higher self. And we've got the North Node. And the North Node is basically a metaphysical portal, an energetic portal in the north of the moon. If you could see it, that's where it would be. But it's through that portal that we get energetics that open us up to our future, to what it is that we have promised to do when we've come down to this earth plane. And so all of this is in Taurus. And as it says here, Taurus stelliums are particularly powerful because they are associated with the fixed earth sign of Taurus, known for, here we go, its slow, methodical, and steady approach to life. And it's associated with stability, security, loyalty, and dependability. This stellium brings a great level of trustworthiness to relationships and stubborn determination and a great level of focus and ambition. Bam, powerful. Really powerful. So if you're really feeling a little sleepy today or a little over whatever, whatever goes on, right? When that energy gets a hold of us, feeling rewired, oh, there's real reason for it. Real, this new moon feels like a full moon. This new moon feels like a full moon. And I'm telling you, this astrological writing about it, I've got pages and pages because there's so much associated with this in terms of what's going on. Yeah, so much. Queen Samaya says, yes, sleepy. Absolutely. It's like I can hardly keep my eyes open. I've been drinking coffee and I'm a teetotaler. She says, I've gained time when I slow my mind and I gain time. Exactly. Exactly. And, we do really have to consciously tell ourselves this, though, because this culture, always has us running here and running there and got stay in the rat race or keep up with the Joneses, all of that. We need to let it all go. We need to let it all go back to the non attachment. So happy new moon. And really, again, give yourself that, that permission to slow down, to nurture yourself, to get comfort, to feel safe. Do what makes you feel safe, and relaxed and happy. So important. Yeah. Yeah. So moving right along, we get another aspect on Saturday. And this time we get, is it today, that day? No, we get two of them on this day. And the first one is very interesting, Mars entering Leo. Mars and Leo will bring direction and focus into our lives. We will find it easier to connect to our heart and act from truth and authenticity. As a result, we will feel more in tune with life and confident about our actions. Isn't that wonderful? And again, this energy will be easier to tap into if you've taken the time to slow down and contemplate, where are my values in relationship to how I'm using my time and energy, how I'm relating to people, is it aligned? Is it working? Is it in flow? Okay? And this is some of the reward with Mars going into Leo for a minute. Yeah. And it's a beautiful aspect. It's a loving aspect. It's a good aspect for us to use, take advantage of. Yeah, absolutely. And then on the same day, we get Mars and Leo opposing Pluto in Aquarius. So here's the first thing that it does once it gets into the sign of Leo. It's in opposition with Pluto, which is now in Aquarius. And again, doing its thing of what? Yeah, pulling the covers off of things. So it says, this moody aspect may make it hard for everyone to get along today. Avoid the crowds and do your own thing. A word of advice, don't start fights you can't finish. Absolutely. Absolutely. So again, the aspect of Mars and Leo, again, it's going to give us confidence, it gives us clarity and courage. But as covers are being pulled off of things, more things are being exposed, truths are coming out. And again, some of that truth can be is, oh, I'm not aligned. I am not aligned. Yeah. So just do your work, You don't have to be around anybody if you don't want to, or if you do have to, just be polite, uh, and avoid any fights, you know. If somebody wants to fight, let them, but you don't have to be a part of that. Just leave it be. Leave it be. Yeah. So remember, and I'm gonna just jump back to because I lost track of the timing. Yeah, so that's for Saturday. So just remember that. Chill out. Chill out on Saturday. Yeah, that's the better thing to do. Sunday, we're gonna have not one, not two, but three aspects, but it's all flow stuff. Yeah, it's really, really sweet. So the first is, yay, Gemini season shows up. So happy birthday to all the Geminis who are out there. Ah, I'm always so happy when Gemini season shows up. You know, Gemini represented by the twins, and it really can translate into our our head and heart coherence. You know, the balancing between what's in our head and what's in our heart, back to alignment, right? We can't get away from that. Yeah. And so, how wonderful that we got to the 21st of May after that eclipse that was earlier in the month. Yeah, yeah. Really, really sweet stuff. So, on the same day, we get the sun in Gemini, trining Pluto in Aquarius. This is a good connection to do some research as we'll be struck by questions that could keep us up at night. This aspect brings out our inner detective to investigate the truth of deeper issues. Yes. And so, again, more energy coming along to really help us in that discernment process about what I really should be doing. How should I really be spending my time? Am I really on purpose? Or am I just going along with somebody's program because I think that will get me my happy ending? Yeah. So again, powerful time, but again, this is a good flow energy that has shown up. And then the third thing is this, which is another flow, a sextile of the sun in Gemini, sextiling Mars in Leo. This aspect gives a major boost to self-confidence as we feel we are the star of the show. However, be careful not to be competitive as it can drive us to bite off more than we can chew. But again, how wonderful that, and you notice very quickly, if we're doing the work, you know, that the heavenly bodies are asking Jupiter and Taurus, okay? I got blessings for you. I got new opportunities. I got new understandings. I got new ideas for you. But you got to let go of not being in alignment. You got to let go of what really isn't right for you, okay? So this energy is showing up to really support us in moving through that and getting to alignment. Yeah. That's what we should be calling this time. This last half of May should be called a time to get aligned. A time to get aligned. I love that. And you know, in my Wisdom Walk talks that I do live broadcasts on the Sundays, and I'll do another live one this Sunday. That's basically what I'm talking about. This is about and being in balance. And you can't be in balance if you're not in alignment. It's like six in one hand, half a dozen in the other. Yeah, they go together. So I am talking about that because it's really important. Absolutely. Okay, now we get to Monday, and this will be the eighth day of all of these aspects, one right after another. Who wouldn't be tired after this? We get Mars in Leo squaring Jupiter in Taurus. And this is fights start easily during the stubborn aspect as everyone believes they are right. Old grudges can come back to the surface too. Don't engage with people who just want to cause problems on purpose. I love this. It's like the boxing matches up. And you know, this can also be not just with something outside of you. This can be with yourself, okay? And remember, square energy is a tight energy, but it's coming up to really have you put your attention on something, okay? So, your pain body always wants to be right. It always wants to tell you that you ain't enough, you ain't never nothing, you can't have your happy endings. Who do you think you are? You don't deserve blah, 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 blah. It always wants to be right about that. And your job is to cancel that out by being right about, no, I am here because I am worthy. This is my home. The earth plane is my home. I'm supposed to be here. I have a purpose. I can get aligned with that purpose. And I'm supposed to have my happy endings in life and be fulfilled. That's why I'm here. So that I call it the celebrity death match may be going on for you on this day. And just notice it. Because see, you can't be moving out the stuff that would keep you from the happy endings without that pain body pushing back. So expect that. Expect that you're going to kind of feel that, am I doing it right? Should I be doing this? Yeah, and that's okay. Just don't give in to it because it's not the truth. You should be doing it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, after those 8 days in a row, oh my god, like, my head is just bursting talking about it. It's like, that's why you do need to get more rest. You need to drink more water. You do need to nurture yourself. You need to comfort yourself. You need to let go of being attached. Don't take yourself too seriously. Watch some comedians that'll have you laughing. Whatever you need to do, because it's a lot. It's a lot. And if I count up all the aspects, there's something like 11 of them within an 8-day period, probably 12 of them within an 8-day period. That's a lot. And then that Taurus stellium. So just know that. And after Monday, after that square, we get a break. Yay! I know I'm just gonna sleep. I'm gonna really schedule some time to stay in bed for at least half a day, if not all day, because this is a lot. But on Friday, the 26th, so we get a whole week off. And then we get this aspect, which is, yes, it's a flow energy. It's Venus in Cancer sextiling Uranus in Taurus. And as it says, a great aspect for success in both love and money as you make your home a safe haven for you and your loved ones, it should say. This is also a good time for your finances with the possibility of an unexpected windfall. Oh, yeah, I'm all in for that. You can make original breakthroughs in artistic and creative work. Wow, folks. Wow. Here's what I'm loving about this energy of the astrology that's happening, of the planetary movement. It's that it's asking us, right, to take on the work, to shift something up, to let something go, to go up into that higher timeline, to get connected with the truth of who we are, get into our spiritual intelligence, into our emotional intelligence. And then it gives us a reward very quickly. So, in other words, going through these 8 days of aspects in a row, and then we get this break for 5 days, and then we get, boom, this beautiful aspect. Yeah, yeah. And so, intend this, look out for this to happen. Get the reward for all this hard work that you're doing. I know I'm ready for my reward because let me tell you, it's been hard. This ain't been nothing. This not easy. Yeah, it's been something else. So how wonderful. I'm going to make it big again so you can just see. Look, Venus in Cancer, sextiling Uranus in Taurus. Oh. And for all of us creatives out there, breakthroughs, honey, coming in our work. How wonderful. And then last but not least, for the month of May, astrologically, on Sunday, the 28th, unfortunately, it is another square. Another square. But again, this one is a gentle square. It's a very gentle square. It is the sun in Gemini squaring Saturn in Pisces. And it says this lazy aspect won't keep you busy with work, but will allow you to have fun with your friends or get lost in a good book. Ah, delicious, delicious. So I'm seeing this aspect as the test. This is the test to see, are you really slowing down? Are you really letting yourself take your time? Are you really discerning between how you're using your time and your energy, what you're connecting with, where you're at, what you're doing, where you're going, you know? This to me is what that square is about, because this energy is saying, let go of all that busyness and have fun. Go have fun. How many of us come up with excuses for why we can't do that, right? It's like me with baseball. I could easily just say, oh, it's just a game. I can schedule something during this time. But I'm choosing not to do that. I'm choosing to schedule around the baseball games. Why? Because they're important to me. I have fun. I'm loving it. But I could, and I have in the past, made up excuses for why I would deny myself doing what it is that I want to do that, really has me feeling good about myself. The more we're able to value ourselves and feel good about ourselves, the more successful we will be. And the more we will avoid, this is really important, folks, the more we will avoid putting ourselves into situations with people, places, and things that really are not good for us. Yeah, that's the other reason we need to do that. Yeah. Yeah, Queen Samaya. Thank you. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, we have come through. We have come through this astrology report. Thank you so much, those of you who have been able to listen in while I'm live. And to those of you who will watch this later afterwards, thank you, thank you. And you know what I learned the last time I slowed down and just threw out the clock in terms of how I was going to present. I got over 200 views. And that was a teaching to me. Like, it's okay. You don't have to always be like, let me just keep it to 10 minutes or 15 minutes, especially when it's information like this. This is really huge. Even I'm going to watch this again a couple of times so that I can make sure I'm remembering the messages from the planets. And so I will be doing timestamps for you so that it's easier to use it as a reference in that way. Meanwhile, please remember, slow down, nurture yourself, let go of attachments by seeing any hiccups or any challenges or any adversity along the way as an opening to something new, something more. And most importantly, do not take yourself or anyone or anything too seriously, because God's plans are not our plans and we can't know. So let's stop acting like we do. Have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your night. Have a beautiful new moon, slowing down, comforting, easing up. And I'll look forward to you with the astrology for June, which I'll be sharing in another week and a half. Be well, be safe. Much love to you. And I will, again, like I said, and I know I'm repeating myself, but I'll say it again, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye now. Thank you, Tracy. Nighty night.